Good morning. It's around 5:45 in the morning. I try to wake up every day between 5 and 5:30. Today I hit snooze a few times. This is a very typical morning in my life. I usually wake up and immediately go into the bathroom. I like to start my mornings with a little moment of self-care. Here I am burning a little bit of Palo Santo. I just feel like it helps me clear my energy. I went straight into brushing my teeth and doing my skincare routine. I have a super simple skincare routine. I literally just use moisturizer and eye cream. And then I went into just making my bed and tidying up my room really quickly. I really like to start every single day with a clean environment. I work from home and sometimes I feel like a cluttered space is a cluttered mind. Every morning, I also like to spend quality time with my puppy. We usually will play for 10 to 20 minutes. It's so fun having a dog. I feel like every single morning when I wake up, she's just so excited to be awake and so excited that it's another day, and it just is a gentle reminder for me as well. I went ahead and got dressed for the day. I was having an active day today, so I just put on leggings and a sports bra. Now, I have been drinking oat milk for a really long time, but I recently decided to switch to raw milk. And yes, it was scary, but it is so much better for you, especially if you're not allergic to dairy. Drinking real milk is so good for you. I also recently decided to start drinking Americanos with just a little bit of milk rather than my usual latte, and the lighter coffee has been really delicious in the mornings. I've also been trying to habit stack recently, so while I'm making my coffee, I will chug water. Every morning, I'm so blown away by the sunrise, and I just love looking out over the city to see all the sparkling lights, and the moon was shining this morning. It was time for me to finally make my to-do list and figure out what I was doing for the day. I literally cannot operate without a to-do list and a calendar, so this is part of my morning routine that I never skip. I think it was around 6:45, and I was just taking in the views of the sunrise before I got to work and doing a little happy dance because today is a beautiful day. I love a good positive mug in the morning. I mean, a smiley face mug. Of course, we're gonna have a great day. Today, I wanted to walk through my typical weekday morning routine. I've been doing this routine for a little bit over 2 months, and I have found that this routine works super well for me. I recently moved to the West Coast from the East Coast, but I decided to keep my work schedule on Eastern time, which means basically getting up and starting work around 6 a.m. I own my own business, so technically I can make my own hours. But this is the schedule that I wanted to do. I started my business 3 years ago, and for the longest time, I felt like I just woke up, went to work, worked all day, literally until like 7 or 8 p.m., and then was like so exhausted that I didn't do anything else. And I honestly felt like I did that for years. And so when I moved here, I really wanted to prioritize activity, and I wanted to prioritize doing things that I wanted to do and that brought me like a lot of joy. So that's why I wake up every day between 5 and 5:30 and I start working at 6 a.m. because I finish a little bit after lunchtime and I have like my entire afternoon to basically do whatever I want. And I've been filling my time with hiking or going to the beach or going to Pilates or going to yoga or hanging out with friends or testing new recipes. Like, I've been doing so many fun things in my afternoons now that I just didn't have time for before. But I will say that I do go to bed earlier than I ever have because I like to get at least 8 hours of sleep every single night. And if I want to wake up at 5 a.m., I have to like prioritize going to bed early. But this has definitely been a life-changing schedule. Anyway, this morning was very typical. I woke up around 5:30. I got up, I did my skincare, I put on my clothes, I made a coffee, I played with Elo, and then I sat down and I made my to-do list for the day. Because one thing that I want to avoid by waking up this early and starting work this early is procrastination. There's definitely a lot of time for procrastination, but the point of doing this schedule is not to procrastinate and just to like get everything done and move on. It's already 8:30, so I've already been up for a while. But my plan is to work a little bit more from home today. I'm working on agency admin work today, which basically means like invoicing, I'm doing any payouts that I have. I'm doing creative strategy. I'm also like booking meetings for next week, obviously answering any messages or emails that I have, and basically just making sure that the agency is running smooth. I don't have any meetings today, so today is a really great day for deep focus admin work. Then I'm going to take Elo on a long walk. Literally had to go get my list because I cannot organize my day without it. And then at 2:30, I have a tennis lesson. So that's kind of the day at a glance. To be honest, I spend most of my mornings sitting right here at my kitchen counter. I work from home, and this is the spot that I like to sit. I usually sit here for multiple hours in a row until little Elo wants someone to play with. Usually around the middle of the day, I try to take a little break, either a walk or a quick trip to the beach. So today I decided to take a quick trip to the beach. Elo loves going to the beach, and honestly, so do I. I don't know why I thought it was so cold outside because it was literally 75 degrees and sunny. I mean, there's no clouds in the sky. It is the most beautiful and perfect day. I love doing this walk. There's so many people out walking and biking and doing yoga. I just feel like everyone's living their best life. And also, I love walking under these palm trees. They're so tall. Elo was begging to go onto the sand, so I let her on the sand to play. One of my favorite sounds is the sound of the ocean. It's just so relaxing. And so I ended up not even playing any music on this walk and just enjoying the sounds of the waves. We walked about 2.5 miles. The home decor project keeps going. We just got a new coffee table. We're actually changing out this couch next week for an L-shaped couch. So hopefully this table isn't too big. I think it's going to fill the space nicely, and we've really been needing a table here. And honestly, this was a really big gap between the TV and the couch. So I think this table is the perfect size. Hi, chicken. Elo, do you have anything you want to say? You're just uninterested now. Nothing? Elo and I just went on a walk, and then I got home and we had a new coffee table delivered. I also picked up lunch on my way out. I usually always cook lunch at home, but today I was just craving this panini. I have been on such a sandwich kick recently. I used to be like really obsessed with bowls and like really big salads, but recently something about me has just been craving a sandwich literally every single day. I have just a few more things that I want to do for work today, and then I'm going to be done. Today is that perfect spring weather where it's not too hot and it's also not cold. It's just like that perfect temperature to be sitting in the sun. So I'm going to take full advantage of that, and I'm just going to sit here in the sun and finish up. One thing that I've been really working on is being intentional with my time, and that even includes the time that I'm working. I think we often spend so much time going through the motions that we forget to notice the motions that we're going through. My fiance's parents gave me this hat the other day. They were like, Ellie, this is a personality hat for you. The hat says Dog Mom. Dog Mom, loud and proud. I changed into a tennis skirt and also just a little collared tank top because my friend and I are going to a tennis lesson right now. Growing up, I played golf and I love golf, but I've just been wanting to try tennis. So I'm really excited for our tennis lesson today. Hopefully, eventually I can get good enough to just like play with my friends and not need a coach. But the point today is to learn some tennis fundamentals. So hopefully I can just smack the ball around the court. This was my first time going to these tennis courts. They were absolutely gorgeous. There was flowers everywhere. It smelled amazing. One of my favorite parts was the court was halfway in the shade, so we had a nice protection from the sun. I mean, the mountain view is literally breathtaking. Chris and I were waiting for our tennis coach, so we just set up and stretched a little bit. I didn't get any footage of us actually practicing because we were with the coach for the entire hour, but we had an amazing tennis practice, and I definitely love tennis and want to start practicing more and take it up as a hobby. It's such a fun way to move your body and be with friends and get active, and honestly, I really liked the mental challenge of it. So I will definitely be back on a tennis court very soon. And that is the end of this morning routine video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.